amount of stuff. I mean, there's, you know, a lot of this stuff, the sightings took place back in swampy areas where we just can't get anyway, but this is a significant road here. We're going to go down County Road 9, and a lot of sightings in the late 60s occurred right around here in the legend of Boggy Creek. Charlie Baldwin even saw it one night. That happened right along here on County Road 9. So, you know, this is something that was connected to a lot of the sightings in the legend of Boggy Creek, and something that when I first drove down here, just sort of imagining this is the roads, and you know, people who haven't driven down here maybe not realize. I mean, there's houses and things, but there's a significant amount of woods around here, and stuff can run through here and be gone in a second, real quick. So back in the days, the late 60s, you know, it was even more heavily wooded, so it's not surprising that there would be some sightings up here that were a little closer to Fouke, because, you know, of course you have a lot of sightings by hunters down in the bayous and backwoods, but, you know, there were a significant amount up closer to where people actually live. We'll stop here shortly at near the bean field. Everybody's seen the legend of Boggy Creek and see the infamous bean field, a significant place, which is located here. So that had a great significance in the movie, and you know, brought up the whole question of three-toed tracks. And just to kind of start, we can't see the Ford house, which is where the first significant sighting took place that got it in the newspaper in 1971. This happened in May '71. Now, there had been sightings previous to that, but none of it had ever been in the newspaper. But when the Fords were attacked in 1971 and they shot at the creature, and Bobby Ford ended up getting in a tussle with what he believed was the creature, he ended up down there in the Texarkana Hospital. And that's how the whole story got out, because, you know, when they rolled Bobby Ford up in there, and they're trying to explain to the doctor what happened, that he was attacked by a 7-foot hairy monster down by Fouke. The doctor was like, what? Right. But I mean, this guy was in shock. I mean, he had scratches and minor injuries. He was legitimately shaken up, and they knew something happened. So, you know, the doctor, he dialed up one of the local radio personalities and said, man, I got a guy down here that says he's been attacked by a 7-foot hairy monster down in Fouke. I think you ought to go down there and check it out tomorrow. So, indeed, they did. The press and, of course, the sheriff and the game warden, a lot of guys went down there to the courthouse and they looked around. Well, they couldn't find any definitive evidence, but they did find what they thought were three-toed tracks. And that's where the three-toed track first originated. You know, some people theorize it might have been a panther and other things, but the descriptions of Forrest and the Turners gave, this didn't add up to be a panther. And you thought, well, these people should know, you know, the difference between a cat and something that's walking upright. And, you know, on one occasion, prior to the confrontation with it, the girls were at home one night, the thing stuck its hand through the window, and you do see that in the legend of Boggy Creek. I mean, that happened. Their theory was that it was after their dog, because they did have a dog living there, and when they would move from room to room, kind of huddle in fear, and